Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm just wanted to thank and welcome everyone here to the ZEO Hair Grow powered by Exotropin webinar. We're going to speak today about exosomes and how they're the new frontier in aesthetics and hair health. And I'm delighted to be working with Dr. Robin Smith and Jodi Gurney in this collaboration together as we bring this new product to market, and really just a wealth of information about this new frontier in hair health. So I'm going to give everyone, it's just about 1 minute after 7, we're going to give everyone just about a minute to join us. We're delighted to continue our education series on exosomes. I think we brought to you a couple, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, exosome in skin health. And this is really just a continuation. I think as Robin promised us that maybe our next one would be on hair. And hair, of course, is all about skin, right? Because the scalp is skin. And we have done amazing work in the last 4 to 6 months on skin health and exosomes for hair regrowth. And without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Robin Smith and Jodi so that they can present to you this great education series on ZEO Hair Grow. I'm going to ask all of you to post any of your questions in the Q&A section on the bottom of your Zoom screen, and we will try to address each and every one before the seminar is over or the webinar is over. So as the talk continues, post them as we go along, and we will address them. All right, and without any further ado, Dr. Robin Smith, please take it away.
Thank you, Jill. So, Jodi and I have been in regenerative medicine for over 30 years. And during this time, we've learned a lot about the immune system and genomics and gene expression. So I'm sure it's no surprise to any of you how excited we were about the recent Nobel Prize that was given to scientists that discovered that you can actually change gene expression and alter the proteins that mRNAs are instructed to make using miRNAs. And exosomes, which are these small nanoparticles, carry the miRNAs as well as large nucleic acids, proteins, peptides, lipids, and other nutrients to other cells. So we're really just in the infancy of how these exosomes can be used to and will be used in the future to treat disease and abnormal pathology. But today we're here to talk about hair growth, hair loss, hair growth, hair health. And we're really proud to have partnered with ZEO Scientific through an entity we co-founded called Exotropin to create a physician-formulated system called ZEO Hair Grow, powered by Exotropin. And we appreciate everyone being here today to learn more about how exosomes are being used in aesthetics, and in particular, to enhance the environment of the scalp and create an appearance of denser and healthier hair. And we're going to talk a little bit about this in the program, but I just at the very beginning wanted let you know that we're here. We're happy to do one-on-one calls. We're happy to, do this again and just keep educating and talking, dialoguing, and really want to help support you in your practices as you get into not just skin, but hair aesthetics. And we're just excited to be a part of this. So, I think it's important to really recognize what a problem hair loss is. It's top of mind for so many people. Over 65 million people in the United States alone are suffering from hair thinning and hair loss, both men and women alike. And it's truly a multifactorial problem, not just caused by genetic predisposition, but also it can be affected by hormones, medications, stress, the microbiome, fungal infections such as Malassezia, which is a yeast, COVID vaccines, low zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and of course, weight loss is a facilitator of hair loss, and just the texture of the hair just being very thin. And that has been exacerbated with the semaglutide, which many people are taking now to lose weight. So we're really excited, obviously, of exosomes. It's gotten a lot of buzz now and how it can be really used topically for both skin and hair health. And as everyone knows, these exosomes are these small nanoparticles with a lipid bilayer, and they're not cells. They're not DNA. They don't have DNA, so they can't replicate. And you don't have the issue of the histocompatibility where you could reject them. And so they're exciting because through this intracellular communication, the exosomes can deliver the cargo from one cell to another and affect a vast array of functions. And when they're delivered topically, you can see really a change, and you can enhance the overall condition of skin, scalp, and hair. So for all of you who went to medical school, I'm sure you'll appreciate my mnemonic of the 8 R's. And when I think of exosomes and all that they do in carrying the proteins and lipids and, peptides, nucleic acids, I think of the R's: repair, restore, rejuvenate, replenish, reduce environmental stress, re-densify when you think about the hair or the skin, renew, and regenerate. And that's why there's going to be so many applications for using them in the future. But what's important, like anything else that's new, is to address some of the misconceptions. Not all exosomes are alike. And just like not all bioactive ingredients are the same, it matters where these cells come from. Well, not cells, or where these extracellular vehicles come from, what cells they come from, whether it's adipose tissue, amniotic fluid, placental cells, Wharton's jelly, platelets, bone marrow. They even come from plants and fruits, and everything, every living cell has exosomes that come from them. And where they come from helps determine the cargo that they carry, which growth factors, which proteins, which miRNAs, which nucleic acids and peptides. And their ability to target is impacted as well. These lipid bilayers not only protect the cargo, but they actually help deliver and sort of, as Jodi always says, the GPS to target cells with their cargo. And they differ in their function because they have different miRNAs that can regulate the gene expression of the cells that they go to. And this is particularly exciting for skin and for hair. And so the purity is also another key point, is that you want to be sure that whatever products you put these exosomes in, that you can confirm their components, their qualitatively, quantitatively, the transcriptome, the proteins, the characterization, and really understand what it is that you're giving in your products. And of course, the manufacturing is critical. Everything we do is under GMP. We look for safety, consistency. We test every product that we have from human-derived cells, whether it's amniotic fluid or adipose, to be sure that there's no antimicrobial within them, any infectious disease. We really are careful on a safety and security level that every product that we have, it is safe, it has consistency, stability, and reproducibility. And it's important to realize that these exosomes also can be engineered. You can do things to the stem cells or the cells that they come from prior to taking them that has the ability to enhance their cargo, to help enhance the cell targeting capabilities and their bioactive capability. So really, it's important to understand that all exosomes are not alike, and how you use them differs based on what cargo, where they come from, what they target, and what message they send. And so we know this because when you look at the different proteins, the miRNAs, and the different expressions, you see from different exosomes where they come from, they're different. And so here we have different human embryonic exosomes from human embryonic stem cells. We have iPS cells reprogrammed from the skin, and umbilical cord MSCs. And you could see that they're not alike. They have different expressions, different miRNAs, and it really does show that as you characterize them, and you can do this with Western blot and other quantifications of proteins, that you see that they're different. And so because they're different, as we said, they have different functionality. And here's an example in the skin where we can see that native exosomes that come from human adipose tissue, which is, it's right here. You can see that as you go up in doses here, that you get an increase in collagen production when treating fibroblasts. But the engineered exosomes that Exotropin uses and that are in this product, you get a much greater production of collagen in the dermal fibroblasts when you put the exosomes. So it takes less to get to it, and they make more collagen than even TGF beta 1. So here's an example in skin, and we've done the exact same study in hair. And here are two different human exosomes and one plant-derived exosome. And what you can see is that not only are they all not alike, they produce different cell counts when you take the dermal papilla cell and you put the exosomes on them, but that the dose matters. And whereas many people say, and we've heard from other companies, more is better, you can see here that that's not the case. In the exosome product number 1, when you gave more exosomes, you actually had less proliferation of the dermal papilla. In exosome 2, you needed more of the exosomes. This is the orange is 4 times greater dose than in the blue. And of course, again, in exosome 3, same thing. It was a much greater reduction in the dermal papilla cell proliferation when you gave more. So more is not always better, and it's important to do these studies and really look at the cellular level of what happens to, for example, skin cells or dermal papilla cells of the fibroblast, and really see what happens when you apply the exosomes to them. So again, really important, all exosomes are not alike. Understanding their cargo, what they do, and how many you should give is really the formula that you need to do when you create products using exosomes. And as we said, hair health is a multifactorial issue, and it's affected by many different things. And in order to really understand how to approach it, you have to understand the different cycles of hair growth. And I'm going to hand it over to Jodi to get into more details.
And just along those lines, in terms of hair loss, what is critical to also understand when you're formulating the products is that what's necessary or essential at each one of these phases during the hair growth cycle is not the same. A comprehensive solution to address this really needs to address the full cycle. It has to address the scalp, the hair follicles, as well as the hair texture, strength, and density, really in order to truly improve the condition and appearance of the hair. We can go to the next one.
And Jodi, if I can add into that or ask you to stress a little bit more about that, there's actually no other products that do that address all phases of the hair cycle. Is that correct?
That is correct, and we'll get into that in a little bit more detail as we move forward.
Okay.
It's a very good point. So targeting mRNA specifically, by using those as your target, you can actually improve skin and hair health. As Robin mentioned, mRNAs are important regulators of key processes in the skin and hair, not only during aging and senescence, but they really can be the ideal target tool that you should consider when you want to improve the condition and the appearance of the hair or skin. mRNAs are really a true workhorse. They're responsible for the regulation of all gene expression, and likewise, they're thus responsible for key processes like development, morphogenesis, maintenance, and their actions influence cell proliferation, differentiation, immune regulation, and of course, wound healing. So they truly are ideal candidates for targeting to improve both the skin and hair. Because mRNAs play such a critical role in the hair growth regulation and hair loss, you can utilize mRNA signatures to specifically target key pathways in the hair growth cycle. Besides targeting the activation of dermal papilla cells and the development of hair follicles themselves, you can also specifically target modulation of the signaling pathways. So utilizing these targets is key. Dysregulation of the Wnt pathway specifically and DHT production is a hallmark of both male and female pattern hair loss. Inhibiting DHT and reactivating the Wnt pathway obviously are key targets to address hair loss. You can utilize mRNA similarly like you would for DP cell proliferation and activation. You can utilize it as the same strategy to address these targets of DHT and the Wnt pathway as well. ZEO ScientifiX and Exotropin are very proud to introduce this unique system. This is a unique, first of its kind system that provides a true multifactorial approach. It combines the synergy and complementary power of 3 different exosome sources: amniotic fluid extract exosomes, engineered adipose-derived stromal cell exosomes, and our proprietary engineered aloe vera exosomes. This system is formulated together in a power of 3 exosomes to replenish and optimize the condition of the scalp and promote the appearance of thicker, fuller-looking hair. This truly is a comprehensive approach. Essential to the success of this system is the science of exosomes, like Robin alluded to. Combining those exosomes with clinically proven ingredients, which carry benefits to address the entire hair growth cycle and support both the scalp and the hair cells themselves. As we discussed, exosomes carry a cargo. This cargo of protein, peptides, lipids, and nucleic acids play a key role in renewing and rejuvenating the appearance of the hair. When you apply them topically, exosomes can deliver that cargo to assist with a vast array of the functions to enhance the condition of the scalp and the hair. Our proprietary blend, it delivers 3 different exosome signatures, which deliver necessary and relevant resources to optimize the appearance of the scalp and the hair itself. This blended cargo modulates all phases of the hair growth cycle. As Robin discussed earlier, not all exosomes are the same. Each exosome has its own unique signature. ZEO Hair Grow, powered by Exotropin, includes one of a kind, this unique combination of 3 different exosome sources. Each of these 3 different exosome sources has a unique signature. This creates an unmatched solution for restoring the vitality of the scalp and improving the hair's condition and appearance by addressing all phases of the hair growth cycle. This system is simple to remember. It's powered and delivers the power of 3. It's 3 synergistic and complementary exosome sources delivered in 3 easy steps. The first 2 steps are in-office procedure steps, and they're administered by a professional. They include step number 1, which is ZEO Grow X. This is a concentration and topical application of the amniotic fluid exosomes. That is immediately followed by the ZEO Grow Boost, which is a very powerful accelerator serum, which is applied right to the scalp after the administration of GrowX to enhance the benefits of GrowX. The at-home maintenance protocol is step 3. This is Exo Follicle Fuel. Exo Follicle Fuel contains Exo3 exosomes, which are the engineered adipose stromal cell exosomes, as well as our engineered aloe vera leaf extract exosomes in a hair and scalp spray. Exo Follicle Fuel delivers the necessary support to improve the condition of the scalp, the appearance of the scalp, and the appearance of the hair until the next Grow X and Grow Boost procedure, which is to be followed in office again in a 30 to 45 day period of time. Remembering that what is essential and necessary at each phase of the hair growth cycle is not the same, this provides the power of 3, that unique power involving 3 different exosomes sources, allowing for the continuous and comprehensive attention to the factors affecting the entire hair growth cycle. This multi-part system is truly unique, not only because of its triad of exosomes, but it includes both an in-office and at-home component. These are formulated to work together to maintain and address the changing needs of the scalp and hair on the journey towards hair wellness. So we're a very science-based team. We can talk science all day long. We take a very evidence-based drug development approach towards the development of our cosmetic products. Integrity, safety, and efficacy are the cornerstones of our development. ZEO Hair Grow, powered by Exotropin, is backed by both preclinical and clinical studies. We've looked at dermal papilla cell activation and proliferation with all 3 exosome sources, looked at hair follicle activation. We've also characterized the cargo signatures of these exosomes. We know what's in the exosomes. We know what they're delivering. We've also looked at the products specifically. Follicle fuel has demonstrated not only safety in terms of sensitization and safety with use, but also efficacy. On the right, you can show is just a initial photo of the application of follicle fuel, and you can see that there is a dramatic change in just 6 weeks with the application of just the topical follicle fuel product.
I think, Jodi, that's really important to accentuate here because I mean, you said it in a couple slides earlier, that is the differentiating factor of our system, that there is this whole take home, but it's not just a take home topical. This is an exosome derived topical at home maintenance that doesn't exist elsewhere. So I think it's, I mean, there's so many attendees here on this call that are used PRP or other hair protocols, but there's nothing out there, and this is what we're so excited about, that has this at-home component. That's the game changer.
And I also think it's important to recognize you have to be patient, and as Jodi talks about the power of 3, the different exosomes, the 3 different parts, it also takes time. And so you really need the optimal sort of system would be to do this 3 times so that you have really a few months to optimize the health of the scalp and really get the results people are looking for.
And address all of those factors that are involved in both hair loss and hair growth. And, truly, we don't view the administration of exosomes as a one and done approach. This is a continuous, comprehensive system that addresses the full cycle. And it addresses it in a very unique way, not only with the in-office and at-home components, but also with 3 different exosome signatures. And that's key.
And even further key, the component of how many iterations we went to the delivery method to make the at-home protocol something easy. This spray, a spray formulation that they can put on in morning and evening. So there's so much behind the scenes that has gone into the development of this protocol and the execution of it. So, and I just know that there's so many attendees here that are very familiar with the whole hair growth world, that this is something that's incredibly new, innovative, and exciting for us all to embrace.
And it's a tool. It's one of the things in the practice, right? There could be microbiome, and there's other things that you'll do to optimize the health of the patients. This is just, we think, a very powerful tool that's very additive.
Absolutely. And the formulations of each of the components, they're not just exosomes. They're formulated with proven ingredients that also help to enhance that full cycle approach of hair regeneration.